Thank you for coming. You guys are the hardcore folks because this is really technical stuff. I really love it, but this may make your brain hurt. But we'll have fun together. Okay, so we're going to talk about different types of bridges. So everybody knows what a bridging stimulus is, right? Great. So we'll fly over that part. So that's my bio. That's my dog Power. He's like my doggy soulmate. He's a lot of fun. And I'm involved in diagnostics, which I love. I'm on the steering committee of PPG. Woohoo! Let's hear it for PPG. And I'm a former like mental health counselor, so I'm like really into like psychology and all that kind of good stuff. So just showing my cards so everybody knows. Okay, so bridging stimuli. This is a definition of a bridge, a previously neutral stimulus that has been paired with an unconditioned reinforcer, i.e. the noise of a clicker paired with food, and has acquired effectiveness to increase the frequency of an operant, i.e. cued behavior, generally used in the context of positive reinforcement. James O'Hear, woohoo, who loves James? James rocks. A little technical, but that's why we love him. So a clicker can be obviously a bridging stimulus. You can also say the word yes. You could use a whistle. Ken McCourt was talking about using whistles. You could use a thumbs up. I've been hearing him pair dogs. So for him, I go like this. Or if he's in the backyard, really far away, I hold it up high. And for a blind dog, you could just use touch in a specific location. So whenever you touch that part of their body, they would know that that's a bridging stimulus. Okay, so keep going signal. Keep going signal is a conditioned positive reinforcer used during the performance of a behavior that is not followed by an unconditioned positive reinforcer right away necessarily, but where the completion of the behavior results in the delivery of the terminal conditioned positive reinforcer and the unconditioned positive reinforcer. James O'Hear, woo! So, basically, if the dog's doing what you want and you don't want to click yet, just tell them, good girl, good boy, say whatever you want, but say it in a happy way. And the dog's like, I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. I'm going to keep sitting. She seems to like this. Click, right? So all you're doing is giving the dog more information. And we've all seen dogs that are like, I don't know what you really want. And then they don't keep doing the behavior that you had, because they weren't sure, they weren't confident. If we would have just given them a little bit of feedback, we could have held on to it, right? So that's the concept of the keep going signal, which is really, really interesting because lots of people have done really interesting stuff with this. All right, so where did it come from? The earliest origin that I could find for the keep going signal was Bob Bailey, who is, of course, another phenomenal, awesome trainer. And so what he did is, it's declassified now, but he did a keep going system for the military where they trained cats to go in a certain direction, which is kind of brilliant. Like these cats had microphones implanted in them, and so then they would tell them, go straight, go straight, go straight, go right, and they would send them somewhere to listen to people. So when I interviewed Attila and asked him how he trains, he began to explain a bunch of stuff. One of the things he said is that he had trained with Kayce Cover, and he'd gone to a seminar, and he took this concept of the XXXXX and kind of went crazy with it. You guys will see what he came up with. So he says, a single click, such as a tongue click, a precise timing, he uses as a keep going signal, okay? So he created several bridging stimuli and tertiary reinforcers, because not all of them are bridging stimuli. So a tongue click is used for precise timing. So if he was working with Fly on something specific, he would use a tongue click as a bridging stimulus. But he also would use the word clever. So he could draw it out, clever, because right, it's 2 syllables, clever. So you can say it long, or you can go clever, 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 clever. And Fly understood contextually what each of those variations meant. And he always used them in specific contexts. And then he would use ta during teaching of new exercises. So this is now a bridging stimulus that's associated with new, right? Because if you're doing musical freestyle, you have the finished product that you might be practicing, that you might be bridging for, and then you have acquisition, where you may notice, oh, my dog doesn't know how to do and I need to actually teach that. And so he created different bridging stimuli for when the dog was in acquisition versus when the dog was actually rehearsing behaviors. And he'd use a T or a double click for a secondary reinforcer, which of course signals the primary reinforcer.